Hey friends, welcome. So this is my first official YouTube full moon video, and I'm really excited to share with you the information that's coming in and the things that you can do to help yourself through this energy. We all know that full moons can be very intense energy. We know that there's something about full moons that can sometimes make animals act very strange and different from their normal demeanor. So we know that there's something about the moon, and especially for the ladies, I really want this to come across to my female audience because there's just such beauty when we can connect to the energy of the moon, when we can really take into account what phase of the moon we're in and what kind of things those phases are good for, especially depending on where your own personal cycle lands. If you cycle with the new moon, if you cycle with the full moon, chances are you're going to cycle with one of them, and there is things that you can do to increase your chances for manifestation and to increase your healing, to increase your journey, the benefits of your journey. There's times that it's better for manifestation. There's times it's better to just relax and reflect. There's certain times of the month or during the lunar cycle that you should be focusing on certain parts of your life. And when we can really focus in on that, then we can have a better outcome, which ultimately is going to lead us to living our best life and our happiest life and our most fulfilled life. So who wouldn't want that? All right, let's dig into just generally what the full moon energy is usually bringing. So regardless of the astrological season or what sign the moon is in, the full moon in itself is really just about clearing the slate. We want a nice clean slate so that we can bring in healing, we can create space that we can have manifestation happen for us. We can have these miracles happening. So how can we connect with that? So really the best thing to do through a full moon is to do a letting go and a forgiveness ritual, just some sort of thing. If there's something that's really been on your mind, whether it be an old friendship that has fallen apart, a relationship that has fallen apart, a specific event that really made you feel poorly about yourself, regardless of the situation or the event or the person, if it's been taking up space in your brain, this is the perfect time to begin to let that go. Okay? Because we don't need to hang on to those energies. We absolutely do not. There's no reason. We can just process it, forgive it, forgive the person or forgive the situation, whatever it is that we need to do, so we can get it out of our system and create space for the good stuff to come in. So this is all about vibrations, right? The moon has a specific vibration as well. So we want to make sure that our vibes are high and that our vibes are good. We're in good emotional states so we can bring in the things that we actually want. Because if we're not in a good vibration, guess what? We're manifesting all the time, no matter the vibration we're in. So if you want good things to come, we need to be in good vibrations. If you're noticing bad things continuously happening, probably in low vibration. So what can you do, especially when it comes to the lunar cycles, to help you? So this full moon, like I said, is all about clean slates, getting rid of those things that are no longer needed for us so that we can just really be free of all of that vibration that we don't need, that we don't want. Right? So especially with this full moon being in Pisces during Virgo season, emotions are high. Emotions are incredibly high, maybe even a little bit oversensitive to some situations, but just be with it. Allow yourself to feel however you feel, and when you're ready, let it go. Forgive yourself for however you may have reacted or for whatever you may have said, or forgive another person who may have hurt you. Whatever it is, just get rid of that energy so we can bring in the good stuff. That's really what we want. So the full moon is also a really great time for reflection. So leading up to the days of the full moon, I would really take some time to reflect on the things that you might be ready and willing to release, let go, and forgive. And not only that, and you're going to see that coming up in future videos, but during the new moon, this is when we really want to set our manifestation goals into action. We want to put certain goals out into the universe during our new moons, and then during the full moon is when we start to take some time to reflect. Did my manifestations come true? Was there signs along the way? Did I I enter a new path? Did I go in a new direction? Was there a lesson that I had learned that maybe helped bring me closer to my manifestation? If my manifestation hasn't come true in any kind of way, then what kind of events have happened that maybe have helped me get a clearer picture on what it is that I want to manifest? Or what has happened that has made me realize that, oh, maybe that really isn't the route for me? Those kinds of things, really reflecting on that and doing the inner work and being able to ask yourself the questions on what has worked so far, what isn't working, what kind of changes you've had to make, what different directions you may have had to go, and then we can reassess for your next new moon so we can get clearer on the message that we want to send to the universe and what it is that we want to manifest. So, as I stated, with these energies of Pisces during Virgo season, emotions are high. Anxiety leading up to the full moon might be a little bit high, but just know that those kind of emotions that are happening through full moon is actually your system preparing to just naturally release some stuff. So whether you know it or not, your system is releasing things that aren't serving you, but you can take advantage of the energy and tap into it and really make sure you're getting rid of everything that you don't want. Okay, so what kind of things should you focus on during the full moon? So as I already stated, we want to focus on letting go and forgiving. But what I need you to kind of take a look on the inside about is, are you harboring any emotions that are associated with guilt, fear, disappointment, or jealousy? Because these are very low vibration energies, and we want to make sure that we are not having that in our space. So what is it that we can do to begin to process these emotions, to begin healing them so that we can let them go? And this may not necessarily happen this full moon. This might be a process that you might need to go through a few different lunar cycles. It depends on how deep the wound is for you and how deep those emotions run. Be patient with yourself and allow yourself the grace and the space to do what it is that you need to do. Okay, there's no timeline here. We don't need to rush through it so that we can just start getting what we want. It's a process, and we need to enjoy the journey that comes along with it, because there's so many beautiful lessons and moments and memories along the way. Okay, so again, if those kind of emotions are residing in your body, let's get down to it. Let's figure out the nuts and bolts of it so that we can live a happier, more fulfilled life. All right, so as already mentioned, these energies can be very, very emotional, can create a lot of anxiety leading up to it. Just love yourself. And even if you have to forgive yourself too, you may need to forgive yourself a little bit through your emotions. And that's okay. We don't need to lay in bed at the end of the day and blame ourselves for everything that we said or didn't say, and all of those thoughts that continuously run in our minds. We don't need to do that. Just forgive ourselves. I know, like, as an example, you could even just say to yourself, I know I didn't say something that I meant to say. It didn't come out the way that I meant it to come out. Fill in the blank however you want to there. I know that I didn't do my very best today, but I love myself anyway, and I forgive myself. Simple as that can give you just a little bit of peace of mind. And then you're not hanging on to that energy, and that's going to help you process it and release it. So letting go and forgiveness is a huge lesson and a huge thing that we should be doing through full moons, because like I said, it creates that space to bring in the good stuff. So be willing to look at what it is that you are ready to let go, what you're willing to let go, and where you might need some self-forgiveness and where you may need some forgiveness for others. And I just want to plug in here too that forgiveness isn't usually about anybody except for yourself. So as an example, I am a survivor of domestic violence, and when I started this healing journey, that's something that was very prominent in my mind, even 10 plus years after the relationship had ended. It's something that still took up space in my mind because I still felt really poorly about myself for making certain decisions and staying in certain situations longer than I should have. But when I was willing and ready and able to forgive the partner in that situation, so much good started happening because I created space within my body and let go of those low vibrations that got stored in my system And it just allowed healing, and I was able to move on, and I was able to create better relationships within my life. And it just turned everything around. And especially once I realized that forgiveness wasn't necessarily for that person. That forgiveness was for me so that I could let it go. Okay, so just really reflect on that. Think about what it is that you can do to help bring your vibration up even just a little. And I highly recommend that you go over to my website, gemstormrelevation.com, go to the blog, Moon Energies, and read up. I've got a full blog there for you guys. You can read more into it if you want more information. And also at the end of that blog, I have a beautiful ritual. So if you want to participate in some sort of ritual that can help you release, forgive, and let go, then I highly recommend you go over there and you do the ritual. I would love to hear any kind of feedback that you may have about the ritual that you did, and just any kind of experience you may have had. I would love, love, love to hear it. You can just leave it in the comments below or on the website. And make sure that you hit like and subscribe on my YouTube channel so that you can get your bi-weekly updates on the moon energies that are coming in, plus all of the other amazing content that I provide regarding Reiki, crystals, and chakras. So until next time, relevate the day. Namaste.